This is Alcohol Abuse and its Correlation with Domestic Violence in American Households by Benjamin Cousins. This presentation will go through my paper's introduction, part 2, family impact, protective factors and strengths, recovery, as well as my reflections of my work. Introduction, focus of study. This study was conducted to research alcohol abuse and its correlation with domestic violence. The key link found in this study is that alcohol impairs judgment, escalates aggression, and contributes to cycles of trauma, affecting partners and children. A brief history. In the 19th century, alcohol was linked to poverty, neglect, domestic violence, and moral decay. In the 18th, prohibition was initiated to protect families from alcohol-related issues, but this led to underground issues. Post-repeal, consistent research links chronic alcohol use to increased IPV severity, financial strain, and intergenerational patterns of violence and substance misuse, still used today. Significant data. 27.9 million people aged 12 and up, which is 9.7% of the population, had AUD in the past year. Adults 18 and up, 27.1 million. It is higher in males versus females. And in discussing racial and ethnic groups, it is higher among American Indian and Alaskan Natives, Black African Americans, and lower among Asians. Binge drinking is common between the ages of 18 and 44. IPV and alcohol correlation. Alcohol is implicated in 40 to 60% of IPV incidences. Intoxicated perpetrators cause more severe harm in found cases. Lifetime IPV, around 43.5 million women, which is 1 in 3 women, and 20.7 million men, 1 in 6, experience sexual or physical violence or stalking by a partner related to IPV. Women are at higher risk, especially those of the ages between 18 and 34. Black and indigenous women are even more of a minority, or majority I should say, and it is lower in SES groups. Family impact. AUD and IPV creates biopsychosocial effects on spouses and partners, as well as their children. These impacts include physical, cognitive, emotional, spiritual, financial, and social issues. It is, according to Fisher and Harrison, cycles of dysfunction and trauma are often found in families where substance issues are found. The physical impacts of this issue include an increased risk of injury from violence. Alcohol often worsens judgment, as well as increases aggression. It leads to chronic stress within the family, which can lead to sleep disturbances, headaches, weakened immunity, etc. In children, neglect-related issues are often found, such as poor nutrition and untreated medical needs. Cognitive impacts. In children, disrupted parenting leads to impaired functioning, attention deficits, and lower academic performance. They have a higher risk of behavioral disorders, which include ADHD-like symptoms, externalizing and internalizing problems from the unpredictable environments in which they live in. Emotional and spiritual impacts. On an emotional level, those affected often experience anxiety, depression, guilt and shame, a lower level of self-esteem, PTSD-like symptoms, as well as emotional dysregulation. These are all very distressing to the family system as well as the individual. On a spiritual level, individuals and families experience hopelessness, a loss of meaning and purpose, as well as a disconnection from their values and their faith. Financial and social impacts. On a financial level, this issue can lead to job loss, high legal and medical costs, DWIs, any issues related to drinking that may cause severe medical issues. Poverty is often a very commonly found issue, as well as household depletion, which just involves regular daily life within the household. On a social level, families often face isolation, stigma. There's a breakdown of trust within the family, as well as their friends and family surrounding them. They strain their relationships, and there are often intergenerational patterns found within families. Protective factors and strengths include multiple levels of factors to reduce harm, promote resilience, and disrupt AUD-IPV cycles. Individual protective factors include counseling to encourage higher self-esteem, emotional regulation, generate optimism, as well as be future-oriented to establish goals, which really helps when dealing with substance issues, as well as building resilience and helping those affected strengthen their problem-solving skills so that they may find resolution in everyday issues that they have to face that the majority of people normally don't, as well as helping them manage with stress and trauma without relying on the substance or leading to aggression. Family protective matters include secure attachment, consistent and positive parenting, family cohesion, open communication, emotional support for non-using members. These are all huge aspects of trying to keep the family as one. Of course, we as social workers really want to try and maintain that family function. If push comes to shove, then there has to be talks about breaking the family up. But our goal is to try and create a positive environment for all parties involved. A big key for helping families become more effective and productive is helping them maintain routines, encouraging them to maintain routines, providing safety, as well as counteracting isolation and conflict. Isolation is a very serious issue when discussing alcoholism in general. But alcohol abuse and its correlation with domestic violence, isolation becomes a very serious issue. On a communal level, we can encourage people to reach out to support networks, access to treatment such as AA. We can encourage norms which are nonviolent, and education, as well as reaching out to peers and educating peers so that they may be informed as to what's going on and how they should help those in need. On a societal level, policies need to sanction IPV. We need more policy work from our lawmakers. Economic stability encourages better functioning, which leads to less substance issues. A reduced stigma among those who are affected by this problem, and a healthy relationship promotion in our society. Part 4, recovery, evidence-based intervention, behavioral couples therapy. BCT involves working with an individual who has AUD and their partner, and focuses on sobriety support, communication, and reducing violence, as well as encouraging the partner and the person involved to find ways to enable the individual affected by AUD. the effectiveness of BCT. According to research, RCTs show greater reductions in alcohol use, improved relationships, significant IPV decrease, which can be up to 50%, and better child adjustment versus individual therapy. There's strong evidence for abstinence, lower relapse, reduced violence among those who use BCT. Access factors for BCT, how people can get it. There are 12 to 20 weekly sessions, which are roughly 60 to 90 minutes for 3 to 6 months. They cost more than individual therapy, but there are long-term savings due to reduced relapse and violence occurrence. Inhibitors include limits to access, stigmas for going to therapy, partner willingness, and safety concerns, especially in violent cases. Supporters of this are insurance companies and community clinics, as well as those trying to integrate with SUD programs. My reflections, why I chose this. I know I'm going to encounter this in my social work career. It is very prominent across all demographics. No matter where I go, I'm going to have to deal with this issue. So I want to expose myself. I personally believe that victims deserve to be, they deserve to be able to live a life that they want. And those who deal with the substance use and may even cause violence to others, there are obviously underlying factors that have caused them to reach this point. And I would like to help them as well. A key takeaway. So I went for my experience. I went to an AA meeting in Buffalo, and it was a great experience. I really am so glad I went. These people were more than happy to open up to me. I learned so much just from talking to them. I had a very positive experience with the entire thing. The woman who ran it, she gave me all sorts of information and pamphlets and flyers, and told me all about what their program is, told me her story. Everyone was very willing to open up. It's just an overall very positive experience, and I definitely intend on going back on a regular basis. Even after this class, I really think it's a great experience for really anyone, but especially social workers and those who are working to get into this field of work. I was blown away by the statistics of kids 12 and up who deal with AUD. 27.9 million kids is just a ridiculous number. I mean, finding how impactful BCT was kind of mind blowing. I really didn't think it would help that much. I was blown away by the numbers. The numbers themselves just really blew me out of my chair. I just could not believe the severity of this issue and how effective some resolutions can be. Here are my references.